Well, as distribution across the state continues, the Texas Department of State Health Services has yet to define the next group that's going to be in line for the COVID vaccine. However, Kleberg County Judge Rudy Madrid today announced that they have enough vaccines for their 1A and 1B populations, and because of that, he's authorizing vaccination sites to give shots to anyone over the age of 18. The State Health Department is expected to announce the next group sometime within the next week.